Hey, what's up? Hello, welcome to day 8 of TIFF. It is September 13th, 14th? I've lost track of time. I don't know what day it is. All I know is day 8. You are in the process of watching a man crumble. I'm so tired. I'm becoming a shell of a person. I've been existing on popcorn and movie theater soda. But I'm having a great time. Today is a great day. It's going to have a lot of films that I'm really excited for, if I can get into all of them, because I still don't have tickets for a couple. But I will be seeing Evil Does Not Exist right now, unless my Nemesis Theater proves to kick me out one more time, and I don't get into that. So we'll see in just a moment. It is in Theater 11, where I didn't see Anatomy of a Fall or The Holdovers, so hopefully it all works out. But after that, I should be seeing La Chimera. I should be seeing Memory. Also, I'm going to be seeing 100 Yards, which is a wuxia film from China that I'm very excited for. And I'm seeing The Nature of Love, which is a film from Quebec, which got great reviews out of Cannes. But yeah, today should be a lot of fun. I am exhausted, yes, but that's not getting me down. Hopefully I don't fall asleep in any movies, because I definitely have had some moments, and a few, where I've just zonked the frick out. But yeah, we're powering through. 3 days left. We're doing this. I suppose I should also talk a little bit about People's Choice contenders. Some films that I think at this moment could be contending to win People's Choice Award. The obvious top 3 right now: Holdovers, Hitman, and American Fiction. Those are the 3 that are getting great audience reactions. They're crowd-pleasing comedies that honestly probably will rank. At least 2 of those 3 will rank. There's also Anatomy of a Fall, which could totally rank as well. Also, I've heard amazing things about Sing Sing, which I did not get to see. There were only 2 screenings, and by the time that I heard it was good, it was gone, it was done. But I've heard specifically from the Oscar expert, and Brother Bro and Film Drunk, all of them said this movie is one to watch out for. Could place top 3. Oscar expert went as far to say as that he thinks it's going to get a Best Picture nomination next year, the way that Sound of Metal premiered in 2019 at TIFF and then got a Best Picture nomination in 2020. So we're going to see about that. But Sing Sing is definitely a threat. A lot of people are going to say, oh Matt, but what about Boy and the Heron? Boy and the Heron's not going to place. It is too polarizing. It's not happening. Okay, moment of truth. Now's the time when I'm going to see, did I make it into Evil Does Not Exist? Or did Theater 11 morb me once again? My nemesis. Ooh, I made it. Back at it again in the rush line. I just saw the new Hamaguchi film, Evil Does Not Exist. While I'm definitely a bit confused and a little unsatisfied by the ending of the film, I did think this was a really good movie overall. It's much slower, if you can believe that, much slower than Drive My Car. Definitely not as emotionally resonant, but the filmmaking is beautiful, the performances are very well crafted, the dialogue, as we can expect from Hamaguchi, is flawless. It captures life in a very beautiful, very subtle way. It's nowhere near Drive My Car. That's just what I'm going to say off the bat. If you're expecting this to be another Best Picture movie, absolute masterpiece from Hamaguchi, it's not that. I don't think he's ever going to make another movie like that, because I think Drive My Car was just an enormous fluke in terms of how it was received by American critics and audiences. This is sure to be a movie that sticks with people and is spoken about this year, but it's not going to be one that sort of enters that broader conversation. It's a very good movie, but it's much more geared towards the art house audiences. It's not going to have that sort of crossover appeal. But that said, it is very good, and if you were a fan of Drive My Car, I would assume you're going to at least like this one, but you probably won't love it. I'm sitting in the rush line for the new Alice Rohrwacher film, La Chimera. So, very excited for this one, and just going to get some work done. Alright, now seated for La Chimera. Also, you might have noticed I like sitting close to the screen. It's better, I'm telling you. It really is. Can lean back.
Yeah, I make it out a few times.
So, I realize I forgot to record something for La Chimera after it finished, because I went and got food, did some work. I'm back in another theater. I'm about to see The Nature of Love, which I'm very much excited for. But anyways, I did see La Chimera. It was quite good. It's the new film by Alice Rohrwacher, and it follows Josh O'Connor, who plays a British guy in Italy who ends up becoming a grave robber because he finds that he has a unique talent to find lost things. It is, if you've seen any of Rohrwacher's other films like The Wonders or Happy as Lazaro or La Pupille, it's very similar to that in the sort of grimy tone, grimy aesthetic of the movie. It reminds me a lot of some of Federico Fellini's early work, like La Strada, films that it just feels like the entire movie should take a bath. And I don't mean that in like a, oh, it's gross way, like there are some movies that make you feel like you have to take a shower afterwards. These are not those. These are just ones where everyone looks sweaty and covered in dirt, and it truly looks like all the characters should just take a bath. But yeah, La Chimera it's solid. It has some elements of fantasy to it, some very fun, heisty type elements throughout the film. Ultimately, in the end, I kind of feel like it dropped the ball a little bit. I was having a blast through the majority. It was a bit slow to start. First 30 minutes, I wasn't really into it. Then the following hour, I was really into it. And then it just really fumbled the bag when it came to the third act. I didn't fully understand what it was going for. I think it went for a couple of cop-out little plot details there. I won't spoil anything here, but there are some moments where I was like, oh, he's gonna do this, and then he did that. And it wasn't really compelling. There were some things thematically that just didn't quite work for me in this one, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a fun time. But yeah, it was definitely a very well-done film. Alice Rohrwacher continues to prove that she's one of the most interesting filmmakers out there. I just don't know if she's really one of my favorites, even though I think she's very, very interesting. So yeah, that's my take on La Chimera, and next up I'm going to see The Nature of Love. It is a French-Canadian film from the director Monia Chokri, who directed one of my favorite comedies of 2019-2020, which was called A Brother's Love. So this one is one that I've been looking forward to for a very long time. Everything that I've seen from it has looked great. So here I am, and I'm very excited.
Bonjour. Well, thank you so much for having me. Thank you to the TIFF, thank you to Elena, my distributor, my producers, and my actress is here with me, and we're gonna meet together to have a chit chat after the film if you want to stay with us. And it's a love story, so I hope you'll enjoy it. If you like it, talk to the people you like the film, and if you don't like, talk to the people you don't like.
Well, I just saw The Nature of Love, the new film from Monia Chokri, and I truly believe that Monia Chokri is one of the most exciting filmmakers in the world right now. She makes stuff like no one else is making it. Her movies are funny, they're heartfelt, and most of all, they're really creatively directed. The thing about The Nature of Love that makes it so special is that every single scene, every moment is just shot absolutely beautifully. It is pristine cinematography, the way, the editing choices as well, and just the shot selections, it's stunning. They cover scenes in like one shot for the most part, which is absolutely amazing. What they do, they use mirrors a lot of zoom lenses. Honestly, it's just incredible. And to couple that with such a funny script, such a touching story, and one that's really challenging, makes you think, has great performances. This is definitely one of the best of the festival. And that's the buzz that I was hearing out of Cannes when it first premiered. And I'm so glad that it was right. The movie is absolutely fantastic. And that's The Nature of Love, Canadian film, Quebecois film. If you get a chance to see it, Quebecois films often don't make their way to the United States or get even a release in Toronto. So hopefully this one does, because it really is an exceptional film. and I really, really hope that people get a chance to watch this. It's so good, and it still breaks my heart that A Brother's Love, her previous film, didn't get a wider release outside of Quebec, because that one is exceptional too. I'd say this is pretty much on the same level. Now, this might be the end of today for me, just because I have to go and tend to some moving stuff. I remember I'm moving apartments right now, so I have to go do some of that. If I finish early enough, I have another film which will be 100 Yards. It's a wuxia film. It's, you know, martial arts, sword fighting, all of that type of stuff. Very excited for that one, but I might not make it, depending on how long this takes. Okay, I did it. I just moved a shit ton of boxes. Now I'm going back to TIFF. Hopefully I'm gonna make it. It's like 35 minutes to the movie, and I'm all the way across the city. Let's see if I can make it. Oh my God, I'm exhausted. Oh, this is more working out than I've done all week though, because I've been sitting in movie theater chairs the whole time. So probably needed this one.
And his brother, for making his directorial debut, Xu Yangfeng, please come to the stage. And joining him.
All right, I just got out of the Kung Fu action movie, 100 Yards. And honestly, this one, the choreography is stunning. Amazing. So good. No complaints. The fights are creative every single time. The action, it never hits hard because it's done in a sporting manner. There's no kills in this one. We're not looking for that. It's a kung fu movie. It's sportsmanlike. You know, they hit each other and they back off. But the action is so fucking kick-ass. It puts the art in martial arts. It's beautiful flowing movements. The choreography is fast, it's quick, and it's really goddamn impressive. Now that said, this is not just a series of clips of cool martial arts. This is also a movie, and a movie needs a good story. And this, I'm gonna be honest, I could barely tell you what happened in it. It was hard to follow, to say the very least. It was a little confusing at times. The characters' motivations changed a lot, and they just weren't very strong characters to begin with. The intrigue, the plot, none of it really made a ton of sense. And ultimately, that's what holds this movie back. It's some of the most beautiful action you can imagine, but it's all in service of a plot that is just less than. And that's never a winning recipe. You know, you want a little bit of both. Otherwise, it's all potatoes, no meat, whatever. You know, or I don't know, the meat and what is that analogy? I don't know. The meat and potatoes of the movie, it's not there. You know, you got some nice garnishes, but the real essence of this thing, it's not fully there. Anyways, that's my last movie of today. I'm still deciding what I'm going to see tomorrow. I'm tossing up in my mind. I've got Dumb Money in the morning, but ultimately Dumb Money's coming out in like 2 weeks anyways. Why am I seeing Dumb Money here? I don't need to see Dumb Money here. Am I doing it just that I can tell you guys that Dumb Money is I don't know what I'm going to see, what I'm going to do tomorrow, but it's sure to be another day. And thank you again for hanging out with me on another day of TIFF, and I'm gonna see you guys again tomorrow.